Hello, everyone. We're going to be doing this on Fridays. As you guys know, I send a newsletter every Monday with 8 news worth reading, 3 hacks worth knowing, and 1 question worth discussing. And what I'm going to be testing out today is going through 3 of the news that I'll be sending out through a newsletter every Monday. 3 news that I think every digital marketer should know. It'll be quick, and it'll be just a quick sneak peek into the news that we'll be sending out and things that you should know. So the first thing, WhatsApp, and this is actually pretty cool. WhatsApp multi-device. This is a huge change, I think, since they, launched 5 years ago encryption from end to end. You'll finally be able to use WhatsApp on multiple devices. And what this means is that and I want to clarify, it's not for WhatsApp business, it's actually for WhatsApp personal use. But today, yes, you can use WhatsApp on your computer and on your phone. But what's really happening is just that messages are going through your phone. But with this new update, you're actually going to be able to use WhatsApp both on a computer, on your phone, on multiple devices, I think up to 4 devices. And what's cool about it is that you might not have to use your phone. So you might be able to actually connect through the computer with WhatsApp. So this is a huge change. And I think this is the future of that's going to be pushing for WhatsApp business. And the other thing I think is security and just disappearing messages. I think this is something new as well, where WhatsApp is going to allow you to actually send messages that disappear, just like Snapchat did at first. So this is all, big change, big shift that WhatsApp has been doing with their campaign on privacy, on security, on just making sure that people feel comfortable using their platform. The second thing is Facebook. And so Facebook is coming up with a bunch of really cool and exciting updates. And I think the most exciting one is checkout. Facebook Pay and Shops is actually integrating with payments. This is only working in the US for now. Most likely is going to expand to a bunch of different countries. But this is actually pretty cool because they're slowly integrating more and more payments into their platform. So you're going to be able to actually finalize and buy products through Facebook Shops and also through Messenger, expect Instagram, expect WhatsApp as well. And this is a huge update because what this means is that especially if you're a Shopify merchant, you're going to be actually able to integrate not just your store and your online store for e-commerce, but people are going to actually be able to make purchases directly on the Facebook platform. The other thing is $1 billion are being pushed to creators. You have a massive competition now with TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest. Everyone's paying content creators. Facebook's going to be doing the same. They just announced $1 billion allocated to just pay creators. So there's more content on their platforms. People stay. And this is going to be interesting, especially with the third news that I have. But the other thing that we're going to be sending out with Facebook is they're finally opening up with how this big black box of like the newsfeed works. We'll be sending an article as well that explains a little video that explains how the feed works. How do they actually select what they show you as a user? And the last thing, the third, is that TikTok leads YouTube in average time spent. And this is not surprising, but it's actually like a super interesting metric. And it will be interesting to see. App Annie did this huge research. It will be interesting to see if they could come up with metrics this against Instagram. But this is a big deal. And this is why Facebook is investing $1 billion into content, because you're looking at, I think, that finally like a competition for Facebook. And what I mean by Facebook is Facebook and Instagram, and it's TikTok. They're leading. People are spending more time on TikTok than YouTube. Huge deal, right? Why? And I think, how does this affect you as an advertiser? Well, I think like we've been relying pretty heavily on Facebook, on Instagram, even on Google, depending on the industry that you're in. I think like you have to be on TikTok these days, especially if you're in e-commerce, if you're a retailer, if you're, targeting consumers, you have to be on this platform. Also expect, and you'll see it with Instagram, they're doing a lot of changes to adapt to the same experience that TikTok is having with their users. So Reels is going to become, the next big push for Instagram. Why? Because they've seen that TikTok works. It's attracting users. It's stealing content time from users away from their platforms. So expect TikTok to be huge as well. This is not going to change, I think, but it is a big shift into how you're advertising, the platforms you're doing, and also the type of content that you're pushing out. So those are the 3 quick news I have for you today. If you are interested, make sure that you subscribe to our newsletter, The Latest, where I send 8 news worth reading, 3 hacks worth knowing, and a question worth discussing every Monday. No spam, I promise. Just go to marqueco.com/the latest. Usually Monday morning, you'll get the news. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing these live sessions every Friday now. I'm testing it out. It'll be interesting to see the results. But for those of you listening, see you next week and have a good weekend.